Hello, happy Advent. I hope you're all well. I just wanted to show you how I make these small clay birds, doves. My hands are already all dirty because I've been kneading this clay to get started. But I'll show you how to make these small birds. They are also a very easy little project. All you need is just this kind of clay that doesn't need to be fired. So it's called air dry, this clay, and you can get it in all art shops. So I've just taken a little. I haven't taken the whole. I've just taken like you can see, it's one-fifth of the packet. You just need to keep the rest moist, so put it in a plastic bag and or keep it in the packaging. So it all you do is you roll it out until it's the with the height you want it. You don't want them too thick and you don't want them too thin, but I think mine is about, you can see this, they're quite, would it be 3 millimeters, something like that. So it's like baking, it's the same, you just roll it out until it's got the width that you want. I've taken, I'm rolling it on like these baking mats, because then I don't get it directly on the table. But I think so. You could just take baking paper and roll it out on that. And also when you leave it to dry, leave it on baking paper, so it's easy to get off and it doesn't glue to or stick to your kitchen bench. I'll just show you here. It's such a easy project. All you need is the cutouts that you use for cakes. So I'm using this little dove, which I love, that I also use for cakes. So I just make sure that I wash it very carefully each time I use it. But so I use this for cakes, for the brown Danish brown cakes. So it's really, and then I almost make these small clay ornaments every year because because they just air dry. They are easy to make, and I think they make a really nice present. I very often just pack them in a little bag with 4 or 5 and give them, instead of giving people a flower or something like that. Then if it's leading up to Christmas, I'll give them this instead. So I think this has got a nice size now. So when I've rolled that out, you could see that didn't take long. Then I just, like you would do make a cake, you just cut them out, and you can see what they look like. You cut them out to a little bird and put them there to dry. The only thing you have to think about, so it's really easy, is that you make the hole that you want for the string. So I'll show you that. I use a little wooden, like the barbecue sticks, and just make a hole. So you can see in one of the ones I made last year, it's this one. I just make the hole there in the wing, yeah, in the middle there. So you have them flying. They're quite rustic. You could even clean them up in the edges if you wanted to, but I don't mind. I like the things rustic, so I don't. But if you wanted to, you could keep, like you can see the little edges, that they are a little bit rough, but I like them like that. And this is, so I would now, with this end of the barbecue stick, just make, you can't see that, I'll put it over here. So you just see that I make a hole. Can you see there? So you've got, so make sure you make that hole right, like don't leave it too long because it would already start to dry, so it would be, you can't do it later. So that was another little project. I don't know if I went too quick or you got, like I'll show you again here, just make a little hole. So all you need is the clay. It was like take a handful so that you can knead it until it's warm and easy to roll out. And the package that you've taken it from, make sure that you seal that very quickly so it doesn't. It does dry up very quickly. That's the whole purpose of this clay. So so make sure you seal the package. But that's it, and I'll show you. This is what they're gonna end up. Then when they are dry, it usually take, it depends on how warm it is, and here in Australia it's usually very warm in at Christmas time, so they dry within a couple of hours, but it could be different depending on how warm it is. But when they are dry, then you put a little string, and I usually use this embroidery string, which I really like. I think it's thicker than yeah, it's just a nice size, and it's yeah, but you can use any string you want, but this is the one embroidery string.